You are about to hear the story of a man who failed 547 times before he turned 65. Not 5 times, not 50 times, 547. Most people would have given up long before that. Most people would have said, "This is it. Life is over. Nothing good is coming." But this man did something different. He kept going, even when the world laughed at him, ignored him, and shut every door in his face. And what he built, after all those failures, changed not only his life, but the lives of the people around him. As you listen, ask yourself one question. What if your big success is still in front of you, and all these hard days are just the warm-up? His name was Henry Cole. From the outside, Henry looked like an ordinary older man you might walk past on the street without noticing. But if you could see inside his life, you would see years of trying and years of falling. As a young man, Henry never had it easy. He worked in gas stations, small cafes, factories, anywhere that would hire him. Sometimes he got fired because business was slow. Sometimes the place shut down completely. Sometimes he quit because his boss treated him like he was nothing. He tried to start small things on his own. A tiny food stand on a corner, a repair service out of his garage, selling homemade snacks to local shops. Each time, something went wrong. No customers, bad location, wrong timing, not enough money. Henry started to count his failures. He wrote them down in a small, worn notebook. Every job lost, every idea rejected, every time someone told him no. By the time he was 60, that notebook was full. He had moved into a tiny apartment, no family with him, no savings. Neighbors saw only an old man who sat by the window. They did not know that inside, this man had tried more than most people ever do in a lifetime. When Henry was 64, life hit him hard again. The factory where he was working part-time closed down. He had no job. His small pension was not enough. Rent was due. His health was not great. He went back to his notebook. He counted the failures again, one by one. By now, he had failed 547 times. Think about that number. How many times have you given up after 3 tries? Or 5, or 10. Henry sat on a bench at a bus stop that evening, feeling completely empty. Rain was falling softly. Cars passed by. People were rushing home. He felt invisible. He thought, maybe this is it. Maybe this is where my story ends. Then, something very small happened. 2 kids walked past him, holding takeout boxes from a local shelter where Henry sometimes cooked for free. One of them said that the soup they had that day tasted like a warm hug. That soup was Henry's recipe. For years, whenever he had a little extra, he cooked big pots of soup and shared them in the community. He never asked for money. He just wanted to help, sitting on that bench, wet from the rain. Those simple words stuck to his heart. He thought, all my life, I have been failing at businesses. But there is one thing people actually love when it comes from me. My food, my soup. He went home that night with a tiny spark in his chest. One last idea formed in his mind. What if, at 64, with nothing left to lose, he tried one more time? The next morning, Henry woke up early. He took his notebook. On a fresh page, he wrote a new title at the top. My Soup Business. He wrote down his recipe, every step, every ingredient. Then he wrote a simple plan. He would go to local diners and small restaurants. He would offer them his soup recipe. In exchange, he wanted a small share of each bowl they sold. It sounded crazy. Who would trust a 64-year-old man with a long record of failure? But Henry had something new inside him. He had nothing left to protect. No image, no pride. Only a dream and a recipe. So he cooked a big pot of his best soup. He packed small containers and carried them in an old bag. Then he went door to door. Some owners were kind but said no. Some did not even taste it. Some laughed and said they already had what they needed. Day after day, Henry walked miles with that bag. His feet hurt, his back ached, but he kept going. Rejection number 10, rejection number 50, rejection number 100. Any normal person would have stopped. But Henry had already failed 547 times in his life. To him, one more no was just another line in the notebook. One evening, tired and ready to quit, he walked into a small, almost empty diner at the edge of town. The owner was a woman in her 40s, cleaning tables herself. Her diner was struggling to. Henry offered the soup again. She hesitated, then agreed to taste it. That moment, in that quiet diner, with the sun setting outside, changed everything. Then another. She paused, looked at Henry, and asked if they could try serving it the next day. For the first time in a very long time, Henry walked home with a light heart. His 548th attempt might finally be different. Resolution and more. Next day, the diner added Henry's soup to the menu. At first, only a few customers ordered it, but those few came back. They told their friends. Slowly, that small diner began to fill. People came in asking for the old man's soup. The owner kept her promise. She gave Henry a small share of every bowl sold. It was not much at the start, but it was real. Soon, another diner owner heard about the soup and wanted it too. Then another. Within a few years, Henry, the man who had failed 547 times before age 65, finally tasted real success in his 70s. He did not become a celebrity. He did not become the richest man in the world. But he became something more important. He became proof that it is never too late. Here is the lesson for you. Failure is not the end. It is a teacher. Every no can shape your next yes, if you let it. Henry's story is not about soup. It is about not giving up on the gift that only you can bring to the world. You may feel behind. You may feel too old, too broken, too tired. You may look at your own list of failures and think there is no way forward. But what if your success is not about your age, but about your persistence? What if all these struggles are just leading you to the one thing that finally works? If Henry's journey touched your heart, do one more thing for yourself today. Promise that you will not let one more failure decide the rest of your life. Take this story as a sign to try again, to pick up your idea, your talent, your dream, and give it one more real chance. And if the story gave you even a little bit of hope, support this channel so we can share more lives like Henry's, like this video, so it reaches someone who is about to give up. Comment and tell us, what is your own version of Henry's soup, the thing you dream of sharing with the world? Share this video with a friend or family member who needs a reminder that it is never too late. And do not forget to subscribe to Life Lesson Stories, where every story is a mirror, a message, and a second chance for your own life.